Everybody, what's going on? And welcome back to Nudie Jake's YouTube channel. As always, I'm Nudie Jake, and I'm coming back at you guys with another WWE figure review. This time it is the John Cena Fan Takeover Ultimate Edition Doctor Orthogonomics. So this is from WrestleMania 20, where he faces off against Big Show. I just received it a couple of days ago, and had some time to play around with the figure a little bit. Put him in a few different poses, seeing some of the accessories here. This figure is very accessory heavy, and I cannot wait to show you guys everything he comes with. So let's start off with the accessories themselves, and then we will get into the figure. I'm very excited to review this figure. So without further ado, let's get started. All the accessories that you do get in the with the figure, all laid out, very accessory heavy. One thing that I really love about this figure is how accessory heavy he is. Obviously, 3 different options and 3 different heads. You got a cap, padlock chain, microphone, word life, brass knuckles, a basketball jersey, and then an array of different hands. So let me show you each one of these up close one by one. I'm going to start with the 3 head sculpts that are included. So this is, pretty sure this is the one that he comes with in the box, but it's sort of a smirking face. I personally think that these look awesome. These definitely look like a very young John Cena, especially that this was WrestleMania 20. This was a very long time ago, probably over 25 years by now. This was an awesome match. If you've not gone to see WrestleMania 20, I highly recommend watching it, where he faces off against the Big Show. It's a one-on-one match, so yeah, really cool. But I really love this head sculpt. So there's that one. Then he has this smiling head sculpt, which is really cool. Actually, no, I think this is the one he comes with in the box. Yeah, the smiling head sculpt. Again, they look really nice. Mine, unfortunately, has a little bit of paint that wasn't applied properly there. These are the holes for the pegs, so that just snaps into the peg for the neck peg there to go onto the body, the torso. Really nice. And my personal favorite one is this screaming John Cena head, which I have him on the shelf displayed with. I think it is really cool. I just cannot get over how much detail these figures have. It is absolutely crazy how much detail they have. So yeah, same spiel with all of these. They were actually numbered. So yeah, really cool. So that's it for the heads. Then you get a microphone as well, so he can cut his promo that he cuts. Well, not really cut a promo, but he kind of dissed Big Show before he came out in WrestleMania 20, so it's cool they included that. My only problem with this microphone is it's not the scratch logo. This was a period in time where it was still a scratch logo. It's got the modern day WWE logo. That's my only issue with this figure. Otherwise, this microphone is really nicely sculpted. Solid piece and really nice. I even love that they got the little switch there to turn the microphone on and off. So yeah, really awesome. Then of course we get the padlock chain here. It would have been nice if they did give us a Chain Gang Soldier chain as well, maybe, but he didn't really wear that, so he just wore the padlock. But still really nice. I absolutely love this. It would have been nice if it was a real chain, not this just molded plastic like some of the old Jack-specific ergonomic cenas used to have. But still a really nice little piece nonetheless. The padlock looks really cool. Yep, and then of course he has his cap, and now you will notice that all of the shirts and armbands and stuff on the Cena do not have the logos that they had, because Mattel does not have the licensing to them. I'm pretty sure this is a baseball team, or it might have even been a basketball team, I'm not 100% sure, that was on this cap, but really nice two-tone red and blue cap. Fits the head decently, loosely but not super loose. We'll show you in just a few minutes. Then this one's going to be kind of hard to show you, but we got the Word Life brass knuckles. I think that these are a really nice little addition. They just clip onto the, not all the hands, which we'll get to that in a minute, but just some of the hands it does clip to. So Word Life brass knuckles. And then of course you get this really cool basketball jersey, which is of course a cloth goods shirt here with the 33 there. It's really nice material. Very nice material. It's not a cheap material at all. It feels really nice. Nothing on the back at all. It is just a completely bland shirt, because again they don't have the licensing to the basketball team that this jersey probably did have on it. So really cool overall. I think that it is a really nice little cloth goods shirt. And that is pretty much it for the accessories, other than, of course, the figure. So let me pop one of Cena's heads back on, and I'll show you guys the figure itself. And here is the figure himself, the Doctor of Thugonomics, the You Can't See Me Man, John Cena. It's, of course, WrestleMania, John Cena. I do want to do a review of the box, because these Ultimate Edition boxes are really cool. But I'm a bit short of time to film this video, so I'm just going to do just the figure itself. Here is a little bit of a closer look at the back here. You got John Cena, you got Fan Takeover, the votes for how many people voted for the particular figure, and then some stats. So, for example, John Cena is 6 foot 1 inch tall. He's from West Newbury, Massachusetts. Attitude adjustment, and then a 16-time WWE champion at this period in time. But as we know, he's now the 17-time WWE champion, and most recently the Grand Slam champion for the first time ever, and for the first time ever in John Cena's career in 2025, he's also the IC champion. So, you know, that's obviously for the time period. Don't get any ideas. He's not the 16-time world champion anymore. So, anyway, getting back to the figure himself. So, here he is. This is the figure. I like it. I think it looks really good. I love this jacked torso that they gave him. Working butterfly joints. We'll get to the articulation soon. Let's just appreciate this really amazing sculpting and dry brushing. Look at the dry brushing there on the shorts. That is awesome. Look at these sneakers. Just so much detail in these figures, these Ultimate Edition figures. This is actually my very first ever Ultimate Edition figure. So I've always collected Elites and Basics. It's the very first time ever in my WWE collection that I'm collecting. Let's get into this figure's articulation. So firstly, he does have working butterfly joints, which, as you can see, are moving just beautifully without any issues. And let me just prop the camera up a little bit here so we can show you a little bit better. As you can see, his butterfly joints are just really, really well done. I mean, just look at how smooth they are. That's really, really nice articulation. The shoulders go out or move out and up about that far, and then all the way around. Elbows, pinless double-jointed elbows, which is really nice to see pinless joints on these new figures. So you've got the pinless double-jointed elbows, wrist articulation. The wrists do tilt back and forth, up and down. It's actually kind of very basic articulation that we get with most WWE figures. Same with this arm. Double-jointed pinless elbows. There is also bicep swivel, which I did forget to show on this arm as well. This bicep swivel, which is really cool. With Ultimate Series figures, they're not really much of an ab crunch. It's more of like a ab pivot, which is nice because it doesn't really, you know, especially with the Elites, it kind of ruins the whole aesthetic of the body. So that's really nice. But he can rotate pretty much all the way around. There is also waist articulation. You can also see the compression shorts coming out of the jorts over here, which I think is another really nice little detail. Legs, of course, we've got the drop-down hips. Mine are okay. Just be very cautious with them. Because it hasn't happened to me, but I have seen other fellow YouTubers have issues with the drop-down hips snapping, so if they're too tight. But you can pretty much get a huge, big boot right there really nicely. I can't believe how great the articulation is on these figures. Double-jointed, pinless knees. I mean, come on, what more can I say? This figure is just effortless and in every way. Same thing over here. We also get thigh swivel, and the hips do kick out sideways as well, and back about that far. Going down here at the ankles, we do get ankle pivot. The toes do bend up and back if you really want to, and then all the way back and all the way forwards, and then you get some pivot there in the feet as well. Now the head is very basic, not too basic, but he can look up about that far. That's as far up as he can look. He can look down about that far, and then he can move side to side, and then if you want, all the way around as well. Mine is a little loose. I've kind of got a bobble head. I'm not sure if that's just the peg that mine came with, but doesn't mean that all the figures are going to have that loose head. But yeah, really cool overall. I think it looks absolutely amazing. And then the armbands here again are plain because I think they were Nintendo. They had Nintendo logos on them, and Mattel does not have the licensing to Nintendo, so obviously they couldn't do that. But anyway, overall, I rate this figure a 9 out of 10. I'll show you guys what he looks like with some of the interchangeable hands that we get in the box as well. So the hands he had on were the mic gripping hands, or just accessory holding hands in general. Let's give him the hang loose hands, which are these ones here. And we'll see what he looks like. So the hang loose hands on Cena, they look really, really good. My only complaint with these hands, and Mattel, hopefully you're watching and listening to this, probably not, but if you are, next time you make a John Cena Doctor of Thugonomics figure, please allow us as fans to put the brass knuckles on the hang loose hands. Now, I don't even want to show you because I don't want to stretch them out, because there was some stress marks happening because I was stretching them out too much. They do not go, and just take my word for it, they do not go on these hands. So that is really disappointing. So that's another reason I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Actually, not a 10 out of 10, because for that reason, that's a bit of a bummer. But anyway, it still looks really, really cool, and I think that Mattel did an awesome job molding these hands for the hang loose John Cena. Alright, let's see what he looks like with the You Can't See Me. That is beautiful. Look at that. It does include 2 You Can't See Me hands, so it doesn't really matter which side you want him having to be doing the You Can't See Me. He did have white, his hand taped up here in this match, which is why he has one white hand. Yeah, really cool. Alright, now we're going to change him into just maybe the fists or even the just relaxed hands. You know, it does look like with the fisted hands, as you can see here. Really cool. Moving on to relaxed open hands, which, you know, are pretty decent. They could also be slapping hands. You could be slapping the Big Show a little bit. And that is it for all the hands. Now I'm gonna show you the other 2 heads that are included with this John Cena, and I'll show you how all the other accessories like the shirt, the hat, the brass knuckles, and the chain all fit on John Cena here. Here's John Cena with the smiling head sculpt, as you can see here. Really nice. Fortunately, mine came with a little bit of not very well applied paint apps, and maybe a little excess paint there on the head, which is a bit of a shame, but you do awesome smiling head. Now we're going to move on to his You Can't See Me man with the grinning or smirking head sculpt. Maybe he's happy because maybe he won at WrestleMania 20. You never know. Yeah, so that's all the heads that are included, and now we're going to include all of his wearable accessories. All you need to do is remove the head and the arms, and don't worry, it is super effortless. They're the pegs for the arms. And all you do is you just slide this on and then put the head and arms back on. There he is with his jersey on. It looks really good. It is cloth goods, which is nice, and it's really effortless to put on. If you do not want to stretch this out, which I don't recommend, taking the arms and the head off is a really nice little touch. It just makes it easier to slide on and off. Now we're going to put on his hat and his brass knuckles. Now we'll show you what hands the brass knuckles do go on. Because they don't go on the hang loose hands, which is a shame because, you know, these are the hands that he should have on. But they do go on these hands here and these hands here. And that's really pretty much it. And I'll show you how you put it on. It's really, really simple. Let me just put the camera down. So essentially, all you do is you get the brass knuckle, you get the hand, and you just slide it on just like that. Boom. Super effortless, super easy. So let me put them both on, and I'll show you what they look like. There you go. You can see the You Can't See Me man with the Word Life brass knuckles. Now let's put on his chain and hat, which I can do on camera here because I can do it one-handed. There's the chain, and the hat fits nicely on the head, snugly. It won't come off or anything, which is really nice. And you can also have the addition to put it backwards if you want. And the only other accessory he really comes with that you can hold or have on his body is the microphone here, obviously, which I'll show you what that looks like. And the next video is going to be You Can't See Me man with the microphone and the life brass knuckle. You know you cannot put the microphone in the hand if you have the other, where is it, word brass knuckle. So another thing that's a bit of a shame, but overall I rate this figure a 9 out of 10 just because you cannot put the brass knuckles on the hang loose hand. Otherwise, effortless, really nice. Everything about this figure is really, really good. Thank you all for watching. I hope you're all having an amazing day, evening, or afternoon, or night. I will see you all in the next one. This is Nerdy Jake signing off. Peace out.